Hello everyone, welcome back to another video here. So this is going to be a little bit of a shorter one, but as I said in the previous video, we just beat Dark Souls 3, and this was Torchic's original list. This was her original tier list, and then we're going to go back and we're going to do like a little bit of a music bracket that's going to be random to determine what our favorite pieces are. So,
I'm trying to make this.
Torchic, why don't you say hello to the people?
Hello. Ignore my beginning tier list. I didn't
This was
know.
before she knew had fought any of the bosses. Okay, we're going to
Don't.
start from the bottom and work our way up.
Oh.
Yorm the Giant, you put in Despise.
He was fine. I do like that he had onion. But I don't know. It didn't really stick out to me, so I would say average.
I'm going to put him, by the way, I did not have any influence over this tier list. However, I am going to have influence here. I'm putting him in great, at least bottom of great. I'm not willing to put him in average or below.
Because of the onion.
Not just because of the Sieg word, but because it's one of the better relic fights. Looking at you, King of Storm.
Yeah.
From Demon Souls. Okay, then there is Demon Princes.
They were fine. They were okay. They were okay. They weren't as I thought it was gonna be so much worse than what it actually was.
I'm going to put them in average. I'm going to put them in average.
Yeah.
Okay, Dragon Slayer armor. By the way, I did tell you would be wrong about these two.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Dragon Slayer armor?
Off the top of my memory, it's been a hot second. I cannot remember him, but I don't think we struggled with him.
I'm going to put him in average. Below Demon Princes, because he's kind of just there. Deacons of the Deep.
That was fucking annoying. It will stay in that fucking... Actually, no, it can go below. It can go below. I don't like him.
I agree with this. The Twin Princes.
It can stay.
I'm going to put it in average because the fight works a little bit better in co-op. So
I was thinking of the other one. Yeah, this one.
This one was fine. It was fine.
I think I like the next one that would.
Dragon Slayer armor. I'll put it there. Pot of Sullivan.
Didn't I like this one? I like this one.
It was the one that splits in two.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that was fine. At least I had a fun time with it.
So average or great?
It's pretty great. I had fun time.
I'm putting him below Yorm due to not much damage he does, but I'll say in co-op this fight actually does work pretty well. It does work pretty well.
Yeah, the damage was a bit much.
Okay, Crystal Sage.
It was fine. It was fine.
I'm gonna put it below Dragon Slayer armor because Crystal Sage is a regular ass enemy in the Duke's Archives. Champion Gundyr. This was the dark version that we fought. Actually, are we counting those two as separate? Yeah, we are counting those two as separate.
Yeah, we're counting. I think he was more fun than the original.
I'm willing to agree. So do you want him in great or average?
I wouldn't put him in great, but he's definitely better than the other one.
Well, too bad, because I'm putting him in great. Actually, I'll leave him in average, but he's going above Demon Princes.
That sounds fair.
Osiris the Consumed King.
This one sort of annoyed me, if I remember correctly, and also the fact that he smashes a possibly real, but also invisible baby. No, I don't like it.
So you're putting him in annoying?
Well, the boss fight wasn't annoying.
Keep in mind, it's the lore of the boss, not whether or not the guy's evil or not.
It's the gameplay.
Hold on a second. It's not just the strict gameplay, because otherwise if a boss is hard, it'll go in Despise. But it doesn't matter if the boss is evil or not, because technically speaking, Pond of Sullivan is one of the evilest bosses in the entire game. And he's great. But we also have to encompass the lore, the music, especially if he has lore to him. So
I think he does have that wow factor of like, holy shit, he killed a baby. So like I guess he can stay.
I'm gonna put him in great. Below Pond of Sullivan, but this was actually
I'm seeing a trend. I'm seeing a trend here.
Well, yeah, I'm overriding a lot of your stuff here because there are certain bosses that I'm not willing to put lower than what you have them. I don't want to pollute this tier. I don't want to pollute average too much. Alright,
But we're gonna
Sister
blue the
Free.
great.
Yeah, but at bottom of Grape, so it's not like a huge honor. But Sister Free?
Sister. Oh, this is the one we bugged out and had a
Yeah.
fun time. Oh, I had a fun time with this.
So
This put him up. Put him up. Put him up. Put him up.
where are we
put him
putting
up.
her? You gotta be specific.
Even regardless of the glitch, I think it was really fun and interesting boss. I personally wanted it in the red.
Peak?
Yeah, I could not read it. It's slightly blurry.
Oh, alright.
Yeah, but yeah.
Okay. And then regular Unix Gundyr. There are 2 tiers that I am willing to put it in. Average is not one of them. So it's either going
Really?
in Peak or Great. Yes, because he's a tutorial boss.
Oh, yeah. Keep going great.
I'm going to put him above Yorm.
That sounds
Because
good.
he's a fantastic tutorial boss.
Yeah.
Reminds me a little bit of Cleric Beast, except Cleric Beast is a little bit more finicky.
Yeah.
Half-Light Spear of the Church.
This one was annoying.
I agree. I agree. Even with 2 people, this fight just doesn't work any better.
That's from the image. I see only one person. But what you failed to mention, and what you could mention, was that, well, the big dude wasn't really a problem, but...
Yeah, and that NPC can heal Half-Light as well.
I saw, and it was bothering.
Okay.
And he kept switching people. I don't like it.
Curse-Rotted Greatwood.
Is that the sea?
It's the tree that has a hand coming out of it. Where we have to pop its postulous boils.
Well, not hate. He's only mildly annoying.
Worse or better than Half-Light?
Better than Half-Light. 100%.
Alright. Okay, now we're going to move into the Great tier. Old Demon King.
I don't remember much about him, but I think I died almost at the very end of it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, and then I just finished it.
Yeah. I think he was fine.
Average?
Yeah.
Alright. I'm gonna put him below Demon Princes, but above Twin Princes,
That
due
sounds fair.
to details at the end of the boss fight that he basically tuckers out.
Okay. Sounds good.
Ancient Wyvern. You had in Great. You thought this was gonna be a great boss.
Wait, hold on. Is this the one where you just like slash its neck?
Well, you basically just jump down on its head. That's it.
I mean, the model looks cool.
You don't
Wait,
see it for most
You
of the
don't
fight.
actually fight it. You don't really fight it unless you don't do the... I don't want to say cheese, but if you don't do the neck slice thing... I don't know. It's average? I mean, it's not...
I'm gonna put it at top of annoying because it's disappointing.
Oh, okay, yeah. I can
That's
see
my
that.
reasoning
Yeah,
for
yeah.
putting it
Yeah.
annoying. Midir, Great Dark Eater Midir.
You annoy me.
I am
So
only
much.
willing to go Peak or Great with Midir. That Great is as low as I'm willing to go with him.
Fine then, great.
Due to the fact that he's a really cool, he has a really beautiful arena.
No,
You do
he
see him.
does.
You do see him 2 other times. He has really solid music, and he has an interesting quirk where you have to hit him from the head. My issue is
Yeah.
in co-op, it's not as good. But with solo, it's a really, really fun fight. I would put it up there, even above a lot of the Elden Ring Dragon bosses, in my opinion.
If I had full control of this, I would at least put him in average, because at least for me personally and how my brain works, I just struggled to get close to him and reading him, but that's my issue.
I was carrying heavily.
Yes, you were with the callouts, which I appreciate because I was not going to pay attention.
I'm willing to put him up below Unix Gundyr, but he has to stay above Yorm. Is that a compromise?
That is fair and valid, absolutely.
Because in co-op, this boss is just not... Actually, I'm going to put him below Pona Sullivan, just because in co-op, it just doesn't work as well. When you do not have aggro, I will admit, the fight is kind of trash if you are not holding aggro.
It's such a hard time to try to keep up with the dragon.
Okay, and Champion Gravetender. This is the dog in the NPC fight.
Okay, the NPC is pretty easy to take out, honestly, and easy to manage. The dog moves way too fast.
Here's what I think. I think this boss works exceedingly well in co-op, though.
No, it does. It does. It's just the dog.
I would personally, and the dog is quite easy to read. If I'm being perfectly honest, the dog is way easier than the NPC.
No, the dog is easy to read. It's just the movement is what gets me. If that makes sense.
Okay. I think this is where we're getting to difficult territory because I don't think he belongs in peak, but I think he goes in great or average. But however, due to the arena is beautiful, you have to admit. The
I
arena's
do. Oh yeah.
stunning, yeah.
I really love snowy biomes. You know this. I love snow biomes.
Do we put him above Osiris the Consumed King? Or do we put him? I think he goes in great, but I think he either goes above or below the Consumed King.
Well, environment-wise, I think the dog one had the better environment, honestly. In my opinion.
Yeah,
in my
but
opinion.
Osiris has the lore, but I will say Gravetender has better music. So I think putting him above Osiris is the right move, but not above Meteor.
No. Oh yeah, that's
I
perfect.
think
That's
that, I
perfect.
think,
Yeah.
I think that's good.
Because you can't like the Madeira is just like is sort of like in the water, but has like this cool blue
He's in a
and
little
purple
cavern.
lights.
Now Soul of Cinder. Now his placement massively depends on if you played Dark Souls 1 or not. I think he's a great boss, but in my personal opinion, I don't think he goes above Udex Gundyr or Yorm necessarily.
Wait, wasn't this the final one?
Yeah, this was the final boss.
I love the arena.
The arena's good. The lore
And
behind
his
him is
model,
good.
the lore and the model looks good. However, I feel like having co-op and the NPCs sort of trivializes him and doesn't make.
Do keep in mind, I was out of flasks by the end of the fight.
I know. I was expecting like.
A little bit more, yeah.
I was expecting more like a second phase or like something else.
We did reach second phase.
I could not tell the difference.
So his first phase, he technically has 3. He has a second. So his first phase. His first phase has a second pseudo phase where he will swap between builds. So he'll swap magic to spear to axe. He'll swap to a bunch of builds. His second phase, he uses lightning and he swaps over to being fully Lord Gwyn, which is why I'm saying Dark Souls 1.
I mean, I love everything else, but I don't know. I was expecting something more for the final boss, you know?
I think below Pontiff and above Meteor is a good spot for him.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not saying the fight was bad. I was kind of thinking something else was going to
Under
happen.
normal circumstances, I would have him above peak, but I would have him in peak. But I don't know. This boss is just struggles for me. Now, Vort of Boreal Valley.
Move your mouse. I can't see you correctly. I take it back. I still can't see it correctly. It just looks like a bunch of fur.
Well, he kind of is a bunch of fur.
Ah, hold on. I'm gonna sneak over to your side. I said the gameplay, not the music.
Anyways, this is the chill. This is the only boss in the game that applies frost. He is the second. He's actually the first real boss that we fight. Past Udex Gundyr. He's the second boss in the game.
I feel really bad because I don't remember.
I'll place him then. He's actually a pretty solid fight. I'm gonna put him below Osiris the Consumed King though.
I'm sorry.
Actually, I'll put him at top of average.
I'm sure if I saw like a more clear picture, I would recognize it, but I don't.
Those of you at home, she even came over and looked at it. This is about as clear of a picture as you can get. Dancer of Boreal Valley. This is the one that moves weirdly.
I like how they animate them. I love the design. The music is pretty fun. But the fact that we had some issues of trying to get inside the boss arena repeatedly was kind of annoying.
I think this boss belongs in average because in co-op we just couldn't get it to work right. And as a solo boss fight, I do think it's a little bit average as well. Its movements are a little too strange for Dark Souls.
Hard to read, sort of.
Yeah, it feels the Dancer of Royal Valley feels out of place to me personally.
I feel like if I were to try this game again just by myself, I would have a better time with them.
Yeah, some of these bosses
But with
would.
but with the co-op experience, it just like, and the fact that I could barely get in there all the time, it was annoying.
I'm putting her in average. I'll put her above fourth though.
That's fine.
All right, Aldrich
'Cause I-
Devourer of Gods.
Hold on, I'm just gonna go on my screen, just find a picture.
You can, yeah, I was about to say you could also fucking Google these bosses. So.
Yeah.
In my personal opinion, Aldrich has lore to it. His music is quite nice too. This boss though is kind of carried by the lore, and I will be honest, my issue with doing this boss in co-op is its ranged attacks are so devastating that if it swaps to someone that is slightly further away and decides to use a ranged attack, you can get destroyed pretty quickly.
Oh, it's this thing.
I would like to have this.
Oh yeah, this is the one that goes in the. Sorry, this was the one that goes in the ground. Now I remember what they did there.
I would have this boss in average, personally.
I think average is a good spot.
Better than you Gundyr or no? Champion Gundyr.
Wait, which version of Gundyr?
The dark version, the recent one we fought.
No, I like the dark Gundyr.
I think I would put it above Old Demon King, but below Demon Prince.
Yay. Yay.
Okay, now we're into peak. High Lord Wolnir. He was the big skeleton.
I personally liked him. I thought even though you could not see the environment at all, I thought it made him more dramatic. I like his model a lot. It's a simple mechanic of breaking the bracelets, but I like that. And also, I did it all by myself. I had to beat him by myself because the game was being weird, but I really liked it.
I will say for co-op, since this is more of a co-op thing, I would put him in annoying. Due to the fact if the other person unknowingly hits his left wrist first, it completely screws over the run. However, I'm willing to put him in average due to I love this boss fight normally, but I feel like in co-op this boss fight doesn't really work as well, in my personal opinion.
But theoretically, if you both because we didn't know this fact until afterwards, theoretically, if you guys coordinated and chose which bracelet to attack first so it wouldn't get confused, where would that change the rating?
I would put him above Aldrich but below Demon Prince.
Okay, do you want to do that then?
Yeah, I'll do that.
Give him a fair chance.
Yeah, I'll put him there.
Because we didn't know that fact until we separated, so.
Alright, and King of the Storm, the Nameless King.
Your screen is so fucking blurry. Nameless King?
Yeah, Nameless King. Is the guy in the clouds with the lightning spear.
I liked him. I struggle with air bosses, like trying to keep up with them, but I really like the environment. I like the model, both him and his little dragon bird thing.
I think this boss belongs in great, at the top of great.
I
don't think it's peak necessarily, but I think it's a great boss. Just because the first phase is lacking a little bit, the second phase is lacking a little bit, so I think I would have him in great, top of great.
Okay.
That's a good spot.
I know, I really liked him. And I really love his music. I think he has my favorite music from the game.
I'm willing to put him, because he does have a lot of good lore to him, so I'm willing to put him at bottom of peak. I'm willing to put bottom of peak.
My boy! Justice!
Now, Slave Knight Gale, is he staying here?
Yes, obviously, he's staying.
I think he's better than Sister Freed. Even in co-op, he's better than Sister Freed.
Yes.
Oh my god, Gale kind of felt like a raid boss, if that makes sense. He kind of felt like a raid boss in co-op with the extra health.
Oh, yeah.
Because he had to manage who held aggro, who was healing. It felt like a good boss. Now, Abyss Watchers. I know it's been a long time, but this boss has multiple fights. Has multiple enemies.
This is why Torchic uses Google.
Ooh, this boss is kind of tough for me.
Because hot sauce likes to keep his screen not very zoomed in.
Unfortunately, my screen is zoomed in enough. But this
I
boss
love the
is
armor.
tough because I think he belongs in Great or Peak. But if we put him in Peak, I enjoyed fighting them more than the Nameless King, and they do have equal amounts of lore. And I personally prefer Abyss Watcher's music over Nameless King. But I can understand why someone would want to have it in Great, though, instead.
From what I remember, and I'm also looking at it, I think I liked him if I remember correctly. I think I liked him.
I'm gonna leave him in Peak. I'm gonna put
Yeah,
him above Nameless King, but below Sister Fried.
that sounds fair. That sounds good.
Okay, so this is the tier list here. This is the official couples tier list from Torchic and I.
We
Um,
fixed it.
Now, a couple of things here. If you are doing this solo, Half-Light is going straight into the ground. A Greatwood is going to be an average boss for you if you're fighting it solo for the most part. Twin Princess is going to drop drastically as well. I will say some other bosses might go up for you. I will say also Champion Gravetender is going to go straight to the ground. But bosses like Crystal Sage might come up a little bit. I will say Midir is going to jump up as well. But generally speaking, this tier list is pretty good. Good to compare. Do you have an idea what you already like better?
I want to listen again.
Okay. $40 as promised. Okay, here we are. Okay, there's second phase. And somewhere in here, probably? Oh, wow, I got it on the almost on the nose.
Jesus.
I'm too good. Okay, so there's that. There's that for you. There's that. There's that. Now time for Nameless King. Oh, I forgot to do the back and forth. This is Soul Cinder.
Yeah.
I forgot. I was too enthralled. And we're listening to a full minute. Oh, I forgot to not pause the recording there, but yeah, we ended up choosing Slave Knight Gale there. It was quite a tough decision. So now we have Abyss Watchers taking on Unix Gundyr. Do you already know which one you would want to go with?
No, I want to listen again.
Okay, I already know what I'm going with. All right, we will catch y'all again after we've listened to both. Okay, my thoughts already. Unix Gundyr.
Yes.
Unit Gundyr.
Yes.
My biggest problem with Abyss Watchers is that it's the exact same just about throughout the entire thing. To the point where I can't tell the difference between Phase 1 and Phase 2. That's where I think the Doomified version of Abyss Watchers is far and away better than the original. Alright, Unit Gundyr. Okay. Oh, look at the
Wait.
matchup here.
Oh, we're fucked.
This is the matchup. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, after listening to both, I think the main menu theme wins. I think Sister Freed's
Yeah.
first phase is just kind of alright. It's
It's
decent.
kind of fun.
But the second phase of Sister Freed is pretty good, but the main menu theme is just, it cooks.
My menu theme is good all around.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Nameless King and Fort of Boreal Valley. I have a feeling.
Name is
Okay, yeah, I'll say yeah. Nameless King, I think is better. Now we
Yay!
move on to the semifinal.
Oh, fuck. Main theme. Udex Gundyr. Udex Gundyr.
I, I need to listen to both fully all the way through. And then oh my god, that means the final match is gonna be Nameless King and Slave Knight Gale.
This is gonna be
Okay,
horrible.
so we're gonna listen to both. The main menu theme all the way through, Unit Scanners all the way through, and then we will come back and give thoughts. Okay, after listening to both, it's really close to me personally.
I think it's main theme.
I think it's Unix Gundyr.
I think it got a little boring at the end though.
Well, keep in mind the boss fight's not supposed to last almost 4 minutes, and that's how long. Because they I don't know why they didn't make it shorter, but keep in mind the main menu theme is quite a bit shorter, and I don't know why they chose to make this one super long. I just love the build up with the little chimes, the violins. And then everything drops out for choir. And slows down a little bit. Yeah, okay. To me, it's Yudex Gundyr. Are you still sticking with main theme? Like like percentage wise, how strong are you either way? Like if you were to give each piece 10 points, how many points would you give main theme? How many points would you give Yudex Gundyr? A score out of 10.
Go out.
Yeah.
I want to get them both.
I would give the main menu theme a 7, and I would give Yudex Gundyr a 9. Because, here's the thing. To be fair, I've also heard Slave Knight Gale's theme with the third phase being replaced by the main menu theme, and that is the perfect piece.
That sounds
Um,
sick.
because it feels like it needs to be attached to something else.
I mean, I wouldn't mind if you let Udex Gundyr win. I wouldn't
I'll
be
let
mad.
Unix pass. And let's be real here. I don't think the main menu theme can beat Slave Knight Gale, but I think Unix Gundyr has a shot.
Believe.
Okay, Nameless King and Slave Knight Gale. Do we need to listen to both? Because my vote's already with Slave
Slave
Knight
Knight
Gale.
Gale.
Yeah. Yeah, we
Yeah.
already know. Which brings us to the finale. Which Slave Knight Gale is no surprise, but y'all at home probably find Unix Gundyr to be surprised. I will say, I picked. So last time we did this, I picked several pieces from each game, and we kind of did a little bit of a tournament deal. And
Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
I did not pick Unix Gundyr at all for Dark Souls 3 because I wasn't as familiar with Dark Souls 3 at that point in time. Um, so yeah, maybe we should redo that at one point. But okay, I'm assuming we're gonna
Unite
need to read. Will we need to do both of them? Let's
them.
at least for the audience, let's play the best section of each piece.
Oh god.
We'll do Unix first.
Okay.
I'll do a little bit more build up. A little bit more build up. I do listen to both pieces on my spare time. Oh, that decrescendo, not decrescendo. It's when you slow down the tempo. Okay, we're gonna go a little bit ahead. Sorry. Load. Okay, now we listen to that. Time for Slave Night Gale. Sorry. I think I'm close to it. Wow, this is tough. I'm already saying this is tough for me personally.
This part specifically reminds me of Narnia.
Okay.
I don't know why.
Oh, let's go. So listen to this a little bit. Third phase time. Okay. Okay.
I think we know who wins, babe. I think we know who wins.
I think I don't think it's I think it's a lot close. I think it's really close.
It is
I
close,
think
but
if we're considering the top 3 pieces in Dark Souls 3, I think the main menu theme, Yuda's Gundyr, or Slave Night Gale are all there.
yeah.
I do think Yuda's Gundyr is better. I think Yuda's Gundyr is better
No,
because
I
of
like
Phase
Slave
3. Because of Phase 3. If Slave Night Gale's Phase 3 did not happen, or a certain other piece was there, I think Slave Night Gale would be #1, but I like Yuda's Gundyr more.
No, I like Slave Night Gale more.
All right, hold on a second. Before I lock it in, let's listen to each again. And this section here. Oh, I forgot. I never played the section for you. And I don't think you've ever heard this section. Ooh.
I haven't seen that yet.
My vote is like I'm locking it in. My vote is for Unix Gundyr. That's my vote is for Unix Gundyr.
That section you just showed, I don't know. I like that section.
But Gale, in my opinion, the third phase is a little bit of a problem. I think the second phase drags on for slightly too long.
I don't know. I like.
That's my personal opinion. When I'm meaning, like, it is like a .5 of a point difference between Gundyr and Slave Knight Gale. But that .5 is just locks Yurik Gundyr as me being the best piece.
I wouldn't be mad. He could win. Honestly, he could win.
Alright, Yurik Gundyr is our official winner for Dark Souls 3 Best Piece. I will show Torchic here the edit here of Slave Knight Gale's theme and let her listen to it. But As on that note, though, thanks for tuning in. I'll leave in the comment if you liked it or not. Liked it more than US Gundyr or more than even Slave Knight Gale's regular theme. But on that note, though, thanks for tuning in, and I will catch y'all on the flip side.